All right, good evening, everyone. If you can hear me, please unmute your mic and say you can hear me. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. I can hear you.
All right, thank you. Let's just wait for the others to come in, please. What feels like the final product is what high fidelity is. So let me just do a brief recap. In design, we have different stages. We have the prototype stage, we have the testing stage, the handoff stage, iterations, and so on and so forth. But then when it comes to prototype, we have two types of prototypes. We have low fidelity prototypes and we have high fidelity prototypes. Now, low fidelity prototypes are what we don't use colors for, just shapes and blocks of text or whatever you want to use to represent anything. While high fidelity prototypes are prototypes that have the color, the images, the actual text or placeholder text. It looks majorly like the final product. Now, when it comes to low fidelity prototyping, it is divided into two. We have sketching and we have wireframing. Now, sketching basically deals with pen and paper. Let me share my screen. Let me share a whiteboard first. Can we all see this? If you can see my white screen, please. If you can see my whiteboard, please let me know.
Yeah, we can see what I can see a whiteboard, a white page. I'm not sure. Okay,
right.
okay.
All right, yeah. So now sketching looks like, let's say I have an idea, I have an app idea. Sketching looks something like this. I do something like this. And say it's a website and I have a logo here. Sorry, that's too much. I have a logo here, create a logo here. Then I have my nav bar. Then let's say let's say here is supposed to be something like an image. Now, a sketch looks something like this. Now, I can come here and say logo. I could come here and say nav bar. I could come here and say hero slider. Now, this is what a sketch basically looks like. You know, it has, for a sketch, you're going to write different, and you can write different annotations and several stuff. But then, this is what a sketch looks like, basically. But we could also call, I'm going to stop sharing now. Now that is what a sketch looks like basically. And so sketching sometimes can be very tiring, especially considering the state we are in with the Zuri assignment. Sketching can be very tiring. So we decided to make it easier for us, and they said we could sketch or we could wireframe. Now, when they said we should use Balsamiq, they were literally telling us that we could sketch or we could wireframe. Now, me personally, as a designer, I could get bored of sketching. Sketching could easily bore me sometimes, so I choose to wireframe instead because I have everything all in my head, and I just put it out on the wireframe instead of sketching. So sometimes I skip sketching into wireframing, and there are other times when I actually have to sketch first just to get my thoughts together and then proceed into wireframing. But for the task 5.2 we were given, we were asked to use either pen and paper, or if you could use Balsamiq, use Balsamiq. Now, I think what they were trying to pass across to us was, if you want to sketch with pen and paper, go ahead and do so. But if you want to do it with Balsamiq and other wireframing tools, you could also go ahead and do so. Like Charles said, when he started, he didn't like sketches. He just went straight into wireframing. So that's like something for designers. Basically, it's up to you. Do you want to sketch or do you want to go straight into wireframing? It's totally up to you. There's really no how do I put it? There is no real hold that you must sketch or you must wireframe. Although it's actually highly advisable for you to sketch first if you are actually building a product. All right. So without further ado, let's go into what we want to do today. I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to share my screen now, and you would all see what I want to do. I'll be taking the Balsamiq part of the class for this session, and then Jason will be taking the Miro aspect. So first and foremost, for us to get Balsamiq is actually $89 a year. It's $9 a year, but you get 30 days free trial. But if you are like me, as we never get money, if you are like me, you can go to this website, getintopc.com. Getintopc.com. Getintopc.com, and then you search for Balsamiq. I've already searched for it before. Search for Balsamiq. It brings out Balsamiq for you. You see the very first one 11 months ago. That should be the one you should download. These were their iterations before then. So you click on this one from 11 months ago. Come here, you scroll down. You click on download. Yeah, you will notice the size here is 206 MB. So you click on download. And then this password is 123. I will show you when you need to use this password. When you download, because I've already downloaded mine, so I'm just going to go to where I downloaded it, and it's not compressed for me. So you see it here, Balsamiq, get into the PC, Balsamiq wireframes and stuff. Now it's a zip file. It's a RAW file actually, so I have to unzip it. I have to extract it. So I click on extract the Balsamiq. Now you see something like enter password. Now you see that password you saw 123. This is where you enter it. 123, and then you click OK, and then you wait for it to extract, and then you install. And then you install. You open here, open till you find it, and then click on install. Now this is very important. Now, if you're using a 64-bit system, if your system is 64-bit, then you should install x64. But if your system is 32-bit, you should install x86. x64 for 64-bit systems and x86 for 32-bit systems. For those who don't know which one their system is, I want you to do something. Just come to your start menu, type run, and hit and click the run. Now you see a dialog box here. Type dx diag DXDIAG, and you hit enter. Some of you have to click no. Some of you might not. It will load up. After you install that, you have to come back and install the crack, copy the cracks and the rest. You can just read this readme text here to know what to do. Now this is our DXDiag box. Now how do you know your system is 64 bits or is 32 bits? Look at this operating system place here. Mine is Windows 10 Pro 64 bits. So my system is a 64 bit system. Therefore, I will be installing this 64 bit Balsamiq here instead of this x86. Now, eventually, fortunately or unfortunately, I have installed the one I downloaded from the Balsamiq website itself. So that's what I'll be using for this class. And then after my free trial expires, I'll switch to the cracked version. Well, let's wait for it to load up. And just a bonus, you can use Figma to wireframe. Wireframing on Figma is actually sweet. It's kind of interesting on Figma, but it can be stressful. But just that Balsamiq makes it easier for us to wireframe. Okay. So now I'm going to put my mirror board on one side so that we can actually wireframe this app. Meanwhile, just so everybody knows, please, if this meeting ends, it's a 40-minute meeting. If this meeting ends, please do well to log in back using the same link. Please, we're so sorry we couldn't get a longer period. All right. So now, first things first. This is your Balsamiq. These are your Balsamiq screen looks. Now this is your workspace. This place here, in between this wireframe space and this new wireframe boxes here. This dialog here. This is your workspace. This is where you do all your work. You can zoom out and zoom in as much as you want. But then, what if you want to do that? If you want to work here, I usually come to click on all, and I choose my phone. Yeah, iPad, iPhone, or whatever. But then you don't just click. What you do is you click and drag. Where is iPhone? Yeah, click and drag here. Once you click and drag, it brings this out. Now this is for your phone. This is the iPhone. So which means everything you're designing will be in this place. Everything will be here. Now, once you do this, you can now start accessing whatever you need to access. Okay, for me, I'm going to design for my donor flow. Now, for my donor flow, this is the first thing we have for my donate clothes task. They open up, sign up or sign in, homepage or donate, then they take picture, enter description, and all this stuff. So what do I need to do? First and foremost, they are going to need to onboard. There's something called an onboarding page, which is the very first thing you see. All those sliding left, skip stuff. That is what it is. So first and foremost, I come here, I see image here, still on my all menu. I come here, look for image. Meanwhile, you can't search. You can't search on this place. Actually, if you click on any item and search, it won't work. So you have to scroll to look for the image yourself. So I see image here, click and drag here, and then I choose not to rename it, and then I resize it, put it in the middle. Put it in the middle of this, so I can just easily move it up a bit. Then I come back and I can create, oh boy, yeah. I come back and I can easily create my onboarding circles. Where are my circles? Wow. Okay, maybe I should just go through some things first. Yeah, when this whole place here, you can see different things. You have all that shows you all your assets. Everything you could use to design is here, is in all. Then you can go to Android, shows you things that are particular to Android devices. Assets shows you your own assets personally that you import into Balsamiq. Big, well, some big assets. Buttons, some buttons here. Come back here all the way to text, symbols, and the rest. But then for my onboarding screen, I'm going to go to shape. Yeah, it's circular in nature, so I click and drag here. I'm not going to do that, so I'm going to reduce it. It's 32 by 32, so I could decide to leave it that way, or I could make it 24 by 24, and then I position it. Now you see it has some sniping guidelines just like Figma, so I could duplicate that. But unfortunately, unlike Figma, it doesn't actually tell you the distance between the two. But there is something nice about it, is that if you select all three and you come all the way to this bar here, to this panel here, you can see space out horizontally or space out vertically. Now, if you click on space out horizontally, it automatically spaces all the three automatically. Now, you can choose to click on this and then color. On this panel, you see color, the border color, which is the outline color, or the color of the shape itself. Now, I'm going to choose black from mine, although that seems kind of harsh. So I'll just pick a lighter color. Yeah. Now, we are almost through with our onboarding page. What do I need to do is add some text. So let's add some text. I could just click on any text here, either some label, line of text, link, or whatever. I could use any one, but I'll be using link. So I click and drag that, and hit donate. Now this is pretty small. So on the panel on the right again, I could start changing my size. I'm trying to use 18, and then I could align this here. Now, this is my onboarding page. I am done designing my onboarding page. What else do I do? Come here and click the next click the next wireframe. But I like to rename this. So on this wireframes panel here, you can see this small arrow. Click on it, and you can click rename. And I'm going to rename my own to onboarding. Then I can come here, click the plus button, and I have a new wireframe. What else do I do again? Come back here, create my phone again, drag and drop my phone. And then now, this is going to be my sign up page or my login page. Basically, I want to make it a sign up page. So I could choose to make this an icon, bring an icon here. Let's not use an icon. Let's use image. I could use an image here. This image will just signify the logo of the company or of the organization. That's World Citizen logo. Then I'm zooming in, and then for me to actually input the sign up text field. Now it is a text field. Where we should look for is text. So under text, you find block of text, breadcrumbs, combo box, data grid. Now, if you don't understand breadcrumbs are all those panels, navigation panels that you see. You know, let's say you're on Jumia now and you're on a particular product. So you find home, product, XYZ, you know, features. That's what breadcrumbs actually are. Combo box is the one that has a drop-down menu, and then you can still search. Stuff like that. We'll get to learn this as we go on in the design. But then for the sign up, let's say for them to sign up, they need to put their just username. Let's say they need just to put their username. So just type your username. Now it's kind of small, so I could zoom in and increase the length, not drag. Yeah, I could zoom in and increase the length. And I want to align it center, so I'll do that. drag it and increase the length. Then I want to duplicate that. And let's say I want this to be password. I want this to be password, and I'm going to duplicate that again, and I'm going to make this confirm password. Now, having done that, I could easily distribute them vertically to make them evenly spaced. And what next do I have? Let's say all I want to have next is a sign up button. So I could come here. Where do I go? The button bar. Click the button here. Drag my button in, and I'll say my button sign up. UI UX designers, yeah, our button needs to be big also. So do this. Choose this. Choose the size of my button. Sign up, and then that. Now, there is one thing that Balsamiq has is, now let's say there are no text in here, so I could easily just click this and come here and click state. Now state shows what state is this particular shape or this particular text field is. What shape is it in? So yeah, click normal. There's focus. Focus means that what you're working on. Normal is just normal. Then disabled means that there's nothing inside. You've not done anything inside. So I could just do that for everything and make everything disabled. Since that does not work for anything yet. I could just do that, and I could say I'm done with my sign up page. But I could still choose to impute a block of text and say already signed up. Now I could choose to already signed up to login, but then this login doesn't really, if you like FEV like me, this login doesn't really make sense. So for me, I'll just probably delete it, and then after that, I'll come and use link. And in the link, okay, Zoom just said they are removing the 40 minutes link limit for us. So big ups to Zoom. And I'll do this. This one is just for those of us that like FEV, And then, yeah. So our sign up page is done. Same thing. So I could come here, rename this to sign up. And next up, new wireframe. What else do? We go to and impute our iPhone. That sounds nice. Okay, now we put our iPhone, and we could choose to create a login page, but you could just duplicate this. When you right click and duplicate, you can just change this to, just remove this and adjust this upward, switch this, change it to login. Then you say not yet a member. Not yet a member. So we can now rename this to login. Now we've done onboarding, sign up, and login. Now next up, let's say we have our home screen. So I'll take you to my Miro board, and I'll show you my home screen, how my home screen looks like. Yeah, this is how my home screen looks like on my home Miro board. So how did I achieve this? What I did was came here and come to icons, How do I achieve my menu button? Come to icons, search for menu. Remember, you have to scroll all the way through. Search for menu element. Oh god. Okay, yeah. You have to search for menu, and there is no menu here. Wonderful. Where did I get my menu from? Okay, if you can't get it, just click on any icon, drag it into it, and then you double click on that icon. Right? When you double click on the icon, it brings out this this huge box here, and then you can search. Can I search for menu? In search for menu, you click on that, and then you select. Right? Now, when you select that, it puts it there. Then you can drag and adjust. But unfortunately, this menu guy is big, and I want to reduce it. If you look on this panel here, I can't change the size because it is disabled. What do? I come down, you look at under this icon place, you see the size. There's large, there's small, there's large, there's medium, there's small, there's extra small, there's extra large, and there's extra large. So I can just choose to reduce this to medium and leave it there. Right, so that is medium, and then that is for menu. Now, if you are lazy like me, if you're like me that you're lazy, instead of going back to look for icons, I could just duplicate this, Control D or anything to duplicate it, and then I adjust this, and then I double click again, and then I search for my notification. But if you don't want to double click, after you've done that, you could come here under icons, you could clear here, click on icon search, that place where you see bars, click on icon search, and then you type, I can type notification. Now, I already have notification, so I just click on it, and it's out. Then I do the same thing, Control D to duplicate. Now, I come here, I could click on profile. Now, if I click on profile, this is what I get. But if you want to use a circular profile, what you should type is user. If you type user, you get a circular profile one, and then I click on that. And here I am. I am almost done with my home page. Now, next up, what did I do? I had this little text here showing where I was. So what I did was come to text, some text, and then I typed home. But then I made my text size 12. Somehow I just left 12. So put it there in the middle. Try to align it to the center of the distance. Now these guys are looking big. They are looking big. They are looking as though they are oppressing this home guy here. So I could just choose to reduce them instead of medium. I can make them small. And here I am. Now they are back at small. Now they are small. So here it is. Now that might look a little bit more palatable, but then when you zoom out, it seems kind of small, seems pretty small. Anyways, it's wireframe for now. We're not bothered about sizes yet.
Sorry, how did you zoom out? I had issues with the zooming out. How did you do that?
To zoom out, you hold down your control key and then you use your mouse, but you use your mouse wheel, scroll down to zoom out, and then scroll up to zoom in. But if you are using a trackpad, you have to pinch in, to zoom out, and pinch out to zoom in. If you're using a trackpad.
All right, thanks. Awesome.
Okay. So now that we've done this, next up, what did I do on my own? I had a picture showing an organization and then organization name, showing they are verified, showing that the organization is verified, and some placeholder text. Talk about the organization. My battery is going low. I have 42 minutes left, so I have to round up now. So what I just do is come to all. Again, select image, selected image, paste it there. Probably increase. Then text, some text. Click on it and drag it. Then name it to organization name. For me, I made my own bold and I increased the font size to say, let's say 14. And I aligned that here. Organization name, then description, and then just input and you input whatever you need to input. Create your designs. Be as creative as you want to be. For me, there's really no limit to how creative you can be. So how creative you can be on Balsamiq or any tool at all. It just depends on you. Now, if you are not so used to Balsamiq, you could use your pencil and your pen to sketch, and then you could improve as you go on. But my advice throughout this Zuri program is don't let overwhelm ourselves with so much stuff to do. Let us just take things one at a time. So I'll end the Balsamiq on here, and I'll hand over to Jerry, to JC. Sorry, I'll hand over to JC so that he can continue.
All right. Good evening, guys. So as we heard, Bolu's laptop is quite low, so I'm just gonna be very, very fast. Make sure we get the information. Out. All right. So can you guys see my screen?
Yes,
Bolu, can you see my screen?
Yeah, I can see you.
I can.
Awesome. So I'll be talking on the Miro, using Miro for sketch. So this is basically what I was able to do with the Miro app. So in the last training, or the last class or something that they called it, they said that we could use Miro to do wireframing as well. Please pardon the slowness of my system. Bolu is using core 5, I'm using core -1. So basically, this is what you will be able to do with the Miro. Well, I tried the Balsamiq and I found it very difficult. Maybe if I had the this training that we did now with Bolu, I might have been using Balsamiq, but I got a bit frustrated because number one, I couldn't zoom out. So I was like, let me not get blind. Let me not get blind trying to look into these things. So I just said, let me look for an alternative. So when trying to do this, you can see that there's a flow. So I'm using the flow of selecting. Okay, let me go to another example. This is the choosing between this is my feature that says choosing between cash donation and donate clothes. So this is how I created the flow. So, but there's a particular one I want to use to do this example. Let's use this one. Okay, let's use Sync Social Media.
Sorry, Justin.
Yeah, what's up?
I'm good. Did you draw this using Miro?
Yes, I did.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. I'll show you how I did it. I'll show you how I did it. So the trick about this is that don't try to do it from your head. It's a bit tricky when you're trying to do something directly from your head. But what I did is that I mix the apps or the features of two different phones or two different apps. You get what I'm saying? If you look at this is the settings from WhatsApp. If you check your WhatsApp now, this is the format of the WhatsApp settings. I don't know which WhatsApp you guys are using, but I use the GB WhatsApp. So this is the settings of the WhatsApp. What I just did, I just duplicated what they did with WhatsApp. You know, as you go along, you get more creative and you start to do things out of the box. But for now, we need to learn how to create at least a basic settings kind of stuff. This I did from my own, like I didn't have it. I've not really seen an app that syncs social media this way. But I think this is a very effective way of syncing social media. So one thing I think that I think we need to do is that we need to show, for example, when we're doing the journey flow, we show the step-by-step process. So the step-by-step process is very important when you are making your sketch. So now I'm going to show you how you guys are going to start. So let's go to a free space where we can start a new project. So this is my sketch for donation history. I know it's a bit colorful, but Miro gave me the option of using color, so I just said, why not use color, you know? So this is my menu. So as you can see, this button here shows other menu. So let's go down a bit. This is the donate button. This is the chat. So everything is all inside here. Let me show you where I got it from. Wireframe library. The wireframe library. If you open it, you will see all the tools you need to work with there. So this is for phone. This is for tablet. This is for browser. So if you are working with, if you have features for the admin, most likely you might use this one, the browser, because it's a customer care or the back end person that will be working on it. So you might most likely use a browser. So you might have to work on the browser. But there are also apps that the admin will also need to use where they will be phone. So you will get all this from here. So let's go to a free page where we can start showing examples. So I find this very easy, you know. I mean, I didn't spend much time at all working on this at all. But that Balsamiq, man, you know, it's people that are mathematical geniuses like Bolu that will just understand it immediately. You know, their brain has been configured to understand difficult equations. Me, as I was doing that thing, I started thinking Panadol and I stopped immediately. I said, like, I'm not going to become so stressed about that. So what did I do just now? I just moved the phone stuff to the Miro board. So now I'm going to scale it. Please don't mind my system. It's called -1. Please call -1 processor. Okay. So now I just moved that. I'm going to try and scale it out so I can put more things in there. I'm one of the candidates for new laptop. So people should help me to tell Mr. Xylus that somebody needs Core i7, if Core i7 exists yet. Okay. I don't know. This is not working as I expected. It's like I'm supposed to be able to scale it out. Maybe I'll just use it like that as a small. Okay, I'll just use it like that. So after that, this is where you find icons. So in this icon section, you have arrows, you have buildings. So let me press arrows now. So these are the different options of arrows you have. Then let's try another one. So let's try business. So these are the icons for business. So different icons for business and everything. So let's say I want to design my menu again. Okay, so I'll just design a menu. So you guys will know how I did the menu part. So hope I can remember most of the things I did. Okay, so let's pick a box. So the thing about this is that the format tools you use when you were making all those user flow and stuff like that is the same tools as you're going to use here. You can have, like, these tools still work with the wireframe. So I don't know what's going on. Okay, it's here. Like I said, I find it very easy. Why? Because I've been practicing with it to make the wireframe. So to make the user journey and everything. So that's why I found it very easy. So it's just like child's play to me now. But my system is a bit shy. When we have people viewing, it used to slow down. So all I have to do is just highlight that, copy it, and make it again, and make another one, make another one. So I'm remaking my menu. And I got this menu is from Windows. It's from the Windows OS. I just tweaked it a bit. I'm sure you guys will know how to make a what do you call it? A login page. I think Bolu showed us how to do a login page. So, boys, so I'm just trying to talk about the menu now. Like I said, you don't need to. Okay, I'm just trying to align it here. I won't spend much time because Bolu, please just give me a warning when your battery is right at a risky level, so I stop. I also want to make the video short, so since we are recording, sorry, I don't know what's going on. Cancel. What's this? Oh, what's this? Okay, I don't know if this happens to you when you're using Miro, but this happens to me quite frequently when I'm using the Miro app.
That's because of network. That's network issue.
Network, yeah?
Yeah.
And I'm using MTN, no, I don't know.
Bros, we are in Nigeria. No one is reliable.
Nobody can hide from me. All right, so we're back. I don't think I'm going to be able to do everything. So we're trying to make the recording short. I'll just show you how to get these tools out from the wireframe library. Because to align all this thing, I'm going to take some time. My system is very shy. So all right, so let me just move to another stuff. So this is for business. Then icons. Okay. All right. So let me show you guys something very, very important. Very, very important. This is an icon finder. With this icon finder, you can find a whole lot more that you could not see in the wireframe library. So it shows you a lot of stuff that you would not see in the wireframe library. So you have to do is just scroll down. I think it's unlimited. You just keep going down, more stuff just keep coming up. You get what I'm saying? I don't know where they're getting all these icons from, but whatever you need, you will find it here. Whatever you need to work with, you find it here. So that's if you're looking for that, that is in the icon finder. Okay. So now one more thing. If you are looking, if you don't see or you just don't have time, you get what I'm saying, and you want to just get an icon quickly, you can come to Google and copy the image. You copy the image. You copy an icon from Google. So I'm going to copy this. Copy image. Bring it here. Paste it. Whatever you copy from Google will automatically come here and work here. Okay, I didn't copy it successfully. Copy image. All right, so I'm just going to minimize that to So slow. All right. If my system was not so shy, I'll be able to minimize this and put it down the way I did the other ones. So I'm just basically showing you guys how to get things out and fix it into your phone. Okay, so I think I'll just show you guys from above because working on the new program is just not working out right now. So I think we'll start rounding up here because, as I said, using Miro is very, very easy. You don't need. Yeah, I can hear you.
Sorry, could you? It seems like it's hanging or something like that. So I guess it is. Show us your own work, and then let's probably like the page, the screen, the icons, and then if you can tell us where to get the icons, which you just did, that would help instead of starting a new. Yeah.
A new one, exactly. So, like I said, try to use a phone. What is already existing on the phone to work. All right, so how did I do this? All right, so I came here for this particular one. I came here. I take this, I use this. Then I expanded it here, then I wrote in it. So it's just the same way we did for the other tags that we did. So these images here, they are all located here. They are all located in the icon finder. You can also locate them in this place, which is the wireframe library. So just be adventurous and check everything out. Like for example, this is for images. Images, you will see all that stuff there. All right. So that's basically how I was able to do this. So if you're doing a browser, use this. So let me go down a bit. For this particular item here, I use one of these, the toggle. I use this particular one here, this one. So it's quite simplified, like I said before. So I don't think there's much to. So this is an icon that you can locate among one of these. Okay. So I think that's basically an explanation of how to use that. So back to Bolu. Let me
Jesse, one last question. Sorry about that. So the colors, is it that when you're done clicking, like dragging the objects from the icon area, and then you paste it on the phone app? Now, how do you change the colors? Does it allow you, does it give you the options of colors and then you input what color you want?
Exactly. Okay. Exactly. It gives you options of colors. Let me show you one. So, like this toggle. Okay. Let me drag this toggle out now. All right. It's terribly slow. Okay, I think it's there already. Something is there already. I'm just going to zoom in. In the icon finder, there are some items that are colored already, like that dictionary that was in my menu. It was colored already, so you don't have to color that. So let me highlight this. So you can see that I'm going to change the color now. right? So that's changed. So almost everything has an option for changing color. So that's how I was able to do most of the colors that are currently on this project right now. So any more questions? All right, no, it seems that there is none. So Bolu, over to you.
All right. So basically that's it with sketching with Balsamiq and Miro. Is there anybody who has a question to ask, who doesn't understand something, please? Anything from Balsamiq to Miro.
Sorry, I have a question.
All right, please ask.
Okay, so the Balsamiq, can you run me through again, or whoever wants to, that cares to help, needs help, how you could download the Balsamiq? I know you were saying something about you have to go check your own computer to see the 6486, which I'm not sure what that is. How did you get to that point? Can you please run us through again?
Okay, let me quickly run you through that again. I'm going to share my screen again.
Wait, Bolu.
I don't think
yeah.
you have
Can
to.
I give her? Okay, Loretta.
Yeah.
There's a particular option for you. The one he's talking about is like a cracked version that is online. So there is a version that you can use to finish your assignments for the next 2 days. That version runs for free for 1 month, and it's very easy to download. I'm sure we will share the link of how to download. In fact, if you just go to Google, check their website, you will download one that you can work immediately with. Then this particular cracked version, if you watch this video again, you will be able to download the cracked version. That's after your 1 month has expired. You can still download the cracked version and use it. Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Anybody has any other questions, please? Before we call it a night.
Yeah. So I was asking, how will I export my frames from Balsamiq to Miro?
Okay. Yes, that's a very good question. Let me share my screen and show you that. Share. You can see my screen now, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I want to go and open one of my Balsamiq files. Okay, yeah. Let's just wait for it to load. Sorry, I'm just going to try to reply at that with the. Okay, so now you can see this. Now I've got, this is mine. So what you do is, after you've created all your pages and all, what you could just do is you come to File. After File, you click on Export. Now you can choose to use transparent background if you want, or you could choose to uncheck it. But someone like me, I like transparent background, so I choose to check it. And then File, Export. Now you see options here. You see current wireframe to PNG, all wireframes to PNG, and then wireframe to JSON. Now this wireframe to JSON kind of converts your wireframe into code, something like kind of converts it into code. So I would not advise you do that. You can choose to export current wireframe to PNG. That would only export the onboarding. But if I choose to say export all wireframes to PNG, then it will export all of them into PNG, and then I will see where I can save it. So I choose to save it on my desktop. I'm saving it as new project 1. I could just save it as donors wireframe and hit enter. Now you look at this, but you look at there's a notification here. Your wireframes were exported to PNG. Click here to view the file. So I could click on that. It will take me straight to where it was exported. Now you see it was exported as a zip file. So I have to extract that again. Extract donors wireframe. It extracts it. Where is my folder? Yeah, this is it. So when you see it, it has exported it one by one, each frame. It has exported each frame one by one. So I can now, from here, I can click and drag to my Miro board. Let me put my Miro board so that I can click and drag. Okay, so let me open my own assignment. Still loading. Okay. Okay. So what I just do is come to where I find it. Okay, now I could just select everything and then drag everything all at once into my Miro board. Now you see drop there. Now it is as though nothing happened. But if you look somewhere here, you see some things there, some tiny things. They look like Lilliputians. So I just zoom in and I find out that wow, it is everything I actually so that is how you import into your Miro board. And then you could choose to do what JC did. For someone like me, I'm deciding to experiment. So I decided to do mine this way. Now, you don't have to bother about yourself about how I did mine this way. Just do whatever you feel comfortable with. That's the best thing. All right, so I'll stop sharing now. So I'll stop sharing now, and that would be the end of the lesson for now. If you have any other question, could you please reach me on WhatsApp so that I could answer you? My system is low and my Bluetooth earpiece is also low. If there is no other question, we'll call it a night. Thank you very much for coming to this meeting. God bless you. Good night.